This is Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Now from the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, here's your host, Eric Wilson.
Another week, another game in our Elite Eight round here at Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Last week, you saw Auburn make a statement against Byron. They are moving on and defending their title. They will face one of these two teams. How about a round of applause for the Keith Country Day Cougars? Keith made it here by getting the best of Guilford, 180-120. One more win. They'll be back in the Final Four for the first time since Season 4. Eleanor is the captain. Eleanor, introduce us to your starting lineup.
My name is Eleanor. I'm the captain of the Keith Country Day School Quiz Bowl team, and my team members will introduce themselves from left to right.
I'm Billy.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Nongba.
Welcome, Keith Country Day Cougars, and good luck facing off against the North Boone Vikings, led by Dylan. When Dylan and the Vikings entered this season, they had not made it out of the first round. Now you're one win away from the Final Four. That sounds kind of exciting, right? Everyone's nodding their heads. Dylan, who did you bring with you today?
On my right here is Drake, my left is Jet, and on the far left is Trevor.
North Boone Vikings, good luck to you as well. Let's start our game, shall we? The Superior Joining Technologies buzz-in round is 10 points per question. The two most important rules, as always, wait for me to call your name and say your answer loud and clear. Here's our first question this week. Everyone ready? Let's do it. What Norse god whose son Vidar will avenge his death at the jaws of the wolf? Dylan.
Odin.
That's right. You didn't even need all the other clues, and maybe the most famous clue is that he's Thor's dad. 10 points. North Boone's on the board first. What physicist, the namesake of element 107, was a Dane who improved the Rutherford model with his namesake quantum theoretic model of the atom? Ryan.
Planck.
Incorrect. North Boone, you've got a chance for 10 more points. That element is borium, named after Niels Bohr. New question, teams. The drug dexamethasone is an analog of what type of hormones produced in the adrenal glands that are derivatives of cholesterol? Athletes can get in trouble for taking these. Steroids. New question. In the 2018-2019 NHL season, what Washington Capitals left wing led the league with 51 goals? Jet.
Alex Ovechkin.
That's right. You knew that one super quick at the end. Nice job. He's played actually all 17 of his NHL seasons with the Capitals. North Boone's got 10 more. What youth who is called Trot by his great aunt Betsy and who befriends the penniless Mr. Micawber is the title character of a Charles Dickens novel? Dylan.
Oliver Twist.
Incorrect. Keith Country Day, that's the full question. You could get these points. Eleanor.
Little Dorrit.
Incorrect. He's also a famous magician who made me disappear once. That's a fun story. David Copperfield. New question. What publisher of the New York Weekly Journal was acquitted of libel against Governor William Cosby in a 1734 trial because he published the truth? Dylan.
Benjamin Franklin.
Incorrect. Keith Country Day. That case is actually considered a very early victory for freedom of the press. The publisher's name was John Peter Zenger. New question. In 1991, what planned city, which is situated between Zuma Rock and Aso Rock, replaced Lagos as capital of Nigeria? Dylan.
Abuja.
Yes, you got that right before the buzzer, picked partly because it's centrally located. North Boone's got 10 more. What band behind the 2020 album The New Abnormal is fronted by Julian Casablancas and included last night on their debut album, Is This It? Their most recent hit was Bad Decisions in 2020. Those are the Strokes. In Mexico, March 21st is a holiday honoring what liberal president whose 1858 to 1872 tenure included both the War of the Reform and a French invasion? Dylan.
Juarez.
That's right. Yep. March 21st, just had his birthday. Benito Juarez, 10 more points. What country is home to an activist who was airlifted to Germany after getting sick on a flight due to suspected poisoning, named Alexei Navalny? Dylan.
Russia?
Yes. Major public critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin. 10 more. A 2020 study found over-grinding coffee beans reduced the quality of what form of coffee in which pressurized water is forced through the grounds? Ryan.
Espresso.
You got that right. The study they're studying this stuff, published in the journal Matter. Coffee ground too finely could clog the machine. Ugh, first world problems, right? Keith's on the board now with 10. The battle on the ice was lost by what crusading order that also lost the Battle of Grunwald to Eleanor?
The Knights Templar.
Incorrect. I will finish for North Boone. To Poland, Lithuania, and held land on the Baltic coast. Dylan.
Teutonic Knights?
Yes, you got that right. I paused because there's a lot of different variations of that. Not Knights Templar, though. Teutonic Knights is actually, they still exist with a headquarters in Vienna. 10 points for North Boone is how we end the round. So, 1 down, 3 more rounds to go, lots of points to play. North Boone has 60, Keith Country Day has 10, and our volleyball round is next. Stay with us.